Every day, thousands of autonomous AI agents are being deployed across the internet. They book flights, write code, manage databases, and interact with software systems on behalf of their users. But some of them are not working on behalf of anyone you'd trust. The emergence of agentic AI, models that don't just respond to prompts but take independent action, has opened an entirely new category of cybersecurity threat. These aren't traditional bots or scripted attacks. They're reasoning systems capable of adapting, probing, and exploiting software in ways that static defenses were never designed to handle. In May 2025, Anthropic, the San Francisco-based AI safety company behind the Claude family of models, announced its response. They call it Project Glasswing, and it may represent the most significant pivot in how we think about AI and cybersecurity since the field began warning about machine-speed attacks. Project Glasswing, announced on May 20, 2025, is a defensive AI system designed to protect software applications from malicious AI agents. At its core, it uses Anthropic's own frontier models, the same Claude architecture used for general reasoning, to inspect, evaluate, and block potentially harmful actions taken by third-party AI agents interacting with a given application. Think of it as an AI bouncer. When an external AI agent attempts to interact with a protected system, say an API, a web application, or a database, Glasswing interposes itself. It analyzes the agent's intent, evaluates whether the requested actions are legitimate, and determines in real time whether to allow, restrict, or deny access. According to Anthropic's announcement, Glasswing is specifically designed to address threats that traditional rule-based security tools miss. Prompt injection attacks routed through AI agents, multi-step exploitation chains orchestrated by autonomous systems, and novel attack vectors that emerge when AI models interact with other AI models. To understand why this matters, you need to understand how fast the agentic landscape has shifted. In 2024, OpenAI, Google DeepMind, Anthropic, and dozens of smaller companies began shipping AI systems capable of using tools, browsing the web, executing code, calling APIs. By early 2025, frameworks like LangChain, CrewAI, and AutoGen had made it trivial to deploy multi-agent systems that operate semi-autonomously. The security implications are staggering. A report published by OWASP in late 2024 identified prompt injection as the #1 vulnerability in large language model applications. Researchers at organizations including NIST and MITRE began cataloging AI-specific attack taxonomies. MITRE's Atlas framework, Adversarial Threat Landscape for AI Systems, grew substantially through this period, documenting real-world incidents where AI systems were manipulated into taking unintended actions. The fundamental problem: most applications were not built to defend against an intelligent adversary operating at machine speed. Anthropic has been measured in its technical disclosures, but what's been shared publicly paints a clear picture. Glasswing operates as a middleware layer. Developers integrate it into their application stack, and it monitors interactions between their system and external AI agents. The system reportedly uses Claude's reasoning capabilities to perform what Anthropic calls intent analysis, not just looking at what an agent is asking for, but inferring why it might be asking. This is a meaningful distinction. Traditional web application firewalls match patterns. They look for SQL injection strings, known malicious payloads, suspicious request patterns. But a sophisticated AI agent can rephrase, recontextualize, and obfuscate its requests in ways that evade pattern matching entirely. Glasswing, according to Anthropic, fights reasoning with reasoning. It evaluates the semantic content of interactions, maintains context across multi-turn exchanges, and applies security policies that are expressed in natural language rather than rigid rule sets. Developers can define policies like No agent should be able to access user financial data unless explicitly authorized by the account holder, and Glasswing interprets and enforces that in real time. Here's what makes Glasswing genuinely notable, beyond the technical specifics. For years, the dominant narrative around AI and cybersecurity has been adversarial. AI makes attacks faster. AI generates phishing emails that are indistinguishable from real ones. AI finds 0 days before humans can patch them. The framing has been almost exclusively, AI is the weapon. Glasswing inverts that framing. It positions frontier AI not as the threat, but as the most capable available defense against threats that are themselves AI-powered. Anthropic is essentially arguing that only an equally sophisticated AI system can meaningfully defend against agentic attacks, that the complexity has surpassed what human-written rules can handle. This is not an uncontested position. Critics, including some in the open-source security community, have raised questions about whether relying on a proprietary AI system to gatekeep other AI systems creates dangerous dependencies and single points of failure. If Glasswing itself were compromised or manipulated, the consequences could be severe. The cybersecurity community's response has been cautiously interested. Several prominent security researchers noted that Glasswing addresses a real and growing gap. Simon Willison, a developer and vocal commentator on AI security, has been documenting prompt injection vulnerabilities extensively throughout 2024 and 2025, consistently arguing that no reliable solution existed. Whether Glasswing constitutes that reliable solution remains to be proven at scale. Anthropic's competitors are watching closely. Google has expanded its AI security offerings through Mandiant. Microsoft has been integrating Copilot-based security features across its Azure platform. The cybersecurity startup landscape has seen a surge in AI-native security companies throughout 2025. But Glasswing is distinct in one important respect. It's not just using AI to assist human security analysts. It's deploying AI to autonomously defend against other autonomous AI. That's a qualitative leap, not just an incremental improvement. Significant questions remain unanswered. First, transparency. How do developers verify that Glasswing's decisions are correct? If it blocks a legitimate agent, the cost could be operational disruption. If it admits a malicious one, the cost could be a breach. Anthropic has discussed interpretability efforts in its broader research, but specific transparency mechanisms for Glasswing have not been fully detailed. Second, the arms race dynamic. If attackers know Glasswing uses Claude-based reasoning, they can specifically train adversarial agents to evade Claude's detection patterns. This is not hypothetical. Adversarial machine learning is a well-established field. Anthropic will need to demonstrate that Glasswing can evolve faster than the threats it faces. Third, and perhaps most fundamentally, governance. When an AI system is making real-time security decisions that affect who can access what, questions of accountability become urgent. If Glasswing makes a consequential error, who bears responsibility? These are not just technical questions. They're legal and ethical ones that the industry has barely begun to address. Project Glasswing is not a silver bullet. No single system will resolve the deeply complex challenge of securing software in an era of autonomous AI agents. But it represents something important, a concrete technical response to a threat that has mostly been discussed in abstract terms. Anthropic is betting that the same capabilities that make frontier AI potentially dangerous, deep reasoning, adaptability, contextual understanding, can be turned inward, made defensive. It's a bet that the best counter to machine speed intelligence is machine speed intelligence operating on the defender's side. Whether that bet pays off will depend on execution, transparency, and whether the broader security community is willing to trust an AI company's AI to guard against AI. The recursive nature of that sentence tells you everything about where we are. The age of passive cybersecurity infrastructure is ending. What replaces it is being decided right now. And decisions like Anthropic's launch of Glasswing will shape that landscape for years to come.